colacoma.
Opening hands, Theo is probably going to mulligan this because it has 6 cards, a Krull, and 3 of them are Dazzles, so it's not very good.
Yeah, probably a mulligan here for Theo, but we shall see. All right, just telling the players that we are good to go, and they will get started here. I will update the names in just a moment.
Okay, this hand's a lot better. It's got a turn 2 Wump, which, for those of you who don't know, Wump is a really powerful card, and playing your really powerful cards on curve is really powerful. So, I know that might be like a hot take, but it's true.
Yes, turning Wump out is turn 2 Wump's hard to do, but when you can do it, it's very powerful.
Theo just needs to make sure to not attack into 2 open power ever, basically. Don't want to attack into those alchemists, you know?
Yeah, that's rough.
Save your Wumps.
Yeah, and it feels twice as bad knowing that you could always snowball them later.
Yeah, but I think Theo's smart enough to not attack into the alchemist. Although if he does, it's probably because he's tired, because it has been a long tournament day.
Has been a long tournament. That's one of the challenges too. Is it's not always about your gameplay, but also about how long you can stick through a 6-round potential tournament here.
Absolutely.
All right, so Overmaster, we've got that turn 2 Wumpamizo. We also got Polymorph, Huntress, Seek Power, and Dazzle. So pretty solid Elysian hand. On the other side of the table, we've got an Asylix, we've got Send an Agent, Seek Power, Curtain Call, Haunting Scream, Beseech the Throne, Suffocate, and Vine Grafter. So that Suffocate probably going to take out this Wump here. You got to take off that Wump right off the board. Can't let those stick around. We're going to see the Seek Power first, of course, to get the power, and then that Suffocate to take out the Wump.
Theo can always draw Krull and bring it back. That's always a play that can happen. But the Wump was what Theo was relying on in many respects. So we'll see if how he can pick up the game now that, his main plan just got destroyed on Suffocate, which, that's why Suffocate's such a good card right now. Like, Suffocate kills most cards you care about in the format, which is... So I don't think Suffocate's been any better than it is currently in Expedition and in Throne. So...
Yeah, we talked about the Overmaster having a good hand, and it was, although I guess I didn't really notice how dependent they were on that Wump sticking around. Now it's a little bit of a reactive hand. You've got the Dazzle, you've got the Polymorph. Huntress is a fantastic card, but on a naked board with nothing going on, it's not really great as a 2-1. And then Theo doesn't really have anything else going. Now, they can stick around. This deck can definitely play slow and controlling if it needs to, but not really the aggressive start with that Wump getting off the table.
That is one of the benefits, though, to the Elysian deck, is that it can play these, slower reactive games, right? That's why it's a mid-range deck. It's, it can just... Ooh. There's the speaking of turning the game around.
Speaking of needing action, that's the best action you can get right there.
Yeah, now you play that Temple Standard. Maybe you polymorph that Vine Grafter. Who knows? Slam Speaks Circle next turn and just be happy with life. And we'll see how lucky Theo is.
We've seen the first person to land that Speaking Circle is often way, way ahead in the game. And so you mentioned that is something I really like about these Elysian decks, is that they can attack on just so many different angles, and you can start them off and they could have crazy aggressive curves, with Wump out, but then you can also have Conjurer go off and have an engine deck where you're just spitting out 4/4s, or you can just play a controlling matchup and not do either of those things. So it can really attack you on different angles, which is one of the reasons it's such a powerful deck.
Yeah, it's got Helio, it's got Jarl for minor incidental card advantage over time. And there you go, there's the Polymorph. Just gotta protect the circle, prevent the market access, especially because it has regen, which means the Speaking Circle is less likely to remove it than it would be to remove a different card. Mm-hmm. Is colacoma playing the Fate thing? I don't remember. Well, I think you gotta slam Speaking Circle and hope that you get something to guilt this Molder Muck.
That's what you gotta do.
Which, it's not super likely, but it's not unlike... Oh, Equalize! Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, what a
this
draw.
Card too... Oh my goodness, that's absurd. That's sacrifice both and the discard too. It's a Dianglo's Arson and kill the board. Oh my goodness.
There's a good idea at the time. Wow, the Speaking Circle. Speaking of a good idea at the time, the Speaking Circle's always a good idea. Yeah, this card's pretty good.
And get another Throne only card. You can get like a list. You can get some sort of like invoke card.
You do have 8 copies of Speaking Circle.
For one.
Let's see.
Ooh, and sabotage.
Sabotage there.
But this equalize is just.
Oh man,
I
this
mean,
equalize brutal here.
well, no, Colacoma has the haunting stream though, right? So Colacoma can come back from this.
They do have the haunting stream. That's true.
So we'll find out how. But no, but haunting scream can't kill it because Moldermuck does 1 damage to itself, right? So the soul
Oh
goes to
no.
3.
Oh no.
So we get to find out though. We get to
Okay.
find out, does the second scream live? How do things live? Do things die? We get to find out together.
Looks like it lives. Okay.
So one of them does live. Okay.
He's sticking around. Okay, so that's a good answer. If you're gonna have an answer for this, that's a good one there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Overmaster can kill one and can dazzle the other.
Well, what me I guess probably what you do is you go at any time I guess
You can't.
they go at the time the seek power, right? And then they turn that into a random card. And then they get I guess maybe they sabotage. So they got Essence Feast. That's actually
That's actually
pretty good. Because it gives lifesteal, but it also removes the regen.
It does. It
so
removes
then you can
the regen.
Kill,
yeah, so this
kill
can pop the
that,
regen.
then
You can kill it with the Huntress, and you can dazzle this if you want to keep your speaking circle around. So there's a way to do it now.
which I think you do.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think you gotta dazzle on your turn, right? Because otherwise you'll let the Moldermuck attack and do its Moldermuck things. The other play would be to play Huntress, play Primal Etchings on Huntress to get Permafrost, and then you Permafrost the Moldermuck and you dazzle the 2/2 or something like that. So that'd be the other play. So I guess that's what Theo's gonna go for.
Notably,
You could also just get like Helio this turn if you want to instead.
Notably, this matchup has 4 copies of Speaking Circle in both decks. So you've got 8 copies of Speaking Circle among these 2 players, and then and then the other 2 players on the other side of the bracket are playing the one in the market. So playing essentially 4 copies here, as well as the market copy, which could be better or worse depending how you look at it on the other side of the bracket. So definitely 4. You could argue 4 Speaking Circle decks here in the top 4.
Oh, are you holding back Huntress to block? That seems
dazzle the Moldermuck.
Holding up to block is interesting because you lose it to any removal spell.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. The Sending Angel is going to take care of that Huntress.
Not sure how I feel about that entirely, just because of
the Speaking Circle.
I guess your card. Down. Maybe you were supposed to sabotage instead of good idea at the time, just because of how important it is to know what the opponent's doing, so you can protect your circle in the best possible way.
Mm-hmm. All right, so no Queen of Glass here for Theo, but did basically force Colacoma's hand to spend all their resources and time dealing with that. Now, Colacoma did that effectively. They're in pretty good shape here, but definitely kind of changed. And that's one of the things with Speaking Circle is it changed the axis that this game was being played on. But
so Colacoma has Speaking Circle in hand still, right?
No, Colacoma has the Desert Alchemist and Treasure Trove.
Okay. So they discarded the circle. I missed that. Okay, if they discard Speaking Circle, then I mean they do get something back out of it. Ooh, now there's a card.
All right, Colacoma gets
so now you can
into
play
Nightmares there.
Pull the Nightmares. That's really good. That gets back Moldermuck.
I don't think Colacoma actually had Speaking Circle, so I don't think so. But yeah,
I thought they did.
Yep, but they do have the pull into Nightmares there, which they can use here, and it is a fast spell. See if that's relevant.
Unfortunately, it's not, because you're gonna play it to get back a flying charge Moldermuck that makes more Moldermucks.
Mm-hmm. All right, Conjure here for Theo. All right, and they can actually make a 4/4 here, so they can do the Essence Feast and then Primal Etchings.
It's unfortunate that they can't go to the market because they would have loved to get Helio.
Right, so they're basically just gonna fire it off essentially just for the 4/4.
Which I don't necessarily blame Theo. You gotta get playing the game, right?
I mean, yeah, take the free 4/4 when you can, right? But all right, here's that pull into Nightmares.
Bring back that Moldermuck that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So do you block one of these Moldermucks? Maybe the 3/3 Moldermuck, just to prevent so many Moldermucks. You block the 2/2 Moldermuck. That's interesting.
Block the 2/2 Moldermuck. Okay.
I guess it trades with another 2/2 Moldermuck.
Yeah, that's actually smart because that keeps it around for a 2/2.
That's a good draw.
Another 2/2.
That's a good draw. So you can get Helio this turn and draw 3.
Here we go.
Or you can get. Oh no, you're gonna. Oh, Theo's probably gonna get Vengeful Flight, right? Because then he can have two Master Conjurers, I guess. So it's either Helio or Vengeful Flight is my guess.
The Vengeful Flight, and does that, because of the Primal Etchings, that actually triggers another 4/4, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it doesn't trigger. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the other Conjurer first, but still, 1/4/4 out of the
No.
deal is pretty good.
So Theo's not terrible. Theo
Colacoma
can
down
draw
to
like Silex.
just an alchemist in hand. Let's see what they draw off this treasure trove, but nothing else going on. Just to besiege the throne, so they'll plunder again next turn. But
Wump is a great draw.
great draw.
That's a great draw right there. So Theo. So how many
Good.
snowballs are there's one snowball in the void, I
one.
think.
So this will be two.
Okay.
So it'll trigger
Then it'll
on.
be three. So it doesn't flip though. Ooh.
Speaking circle off the top for Colacoma.
Speaking of speaking circles. Speak of the circle.
Let's see. The first one is Dichiro's Technique. Dichiro?
So basically draw random Valkyrie.
Yeah.
So that draws random Valkyrie.
Well, kill an enemy unit with 6 or more. They don't have any of that.
Call the deck
is
it,
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. And the last card.
Seer.
So and there's the Seer that kills the Wump.
Seer can kill the Wump. That's a nice one there. Still need to answer this engine though, because Overmaster going off with 2 Conjurers is going to take over.
Overmaster really needs to draw that second spell, right? Normally you can only draw 1 card at a time, so there's a bit of risk here. So I imagine Overmaster might attack the site. The Silex be good. Oh, Vicious Overgrowth is not bad.
Overgrowth, okay.
Oh no, you can kill the site now. You attack with everything at the site, and then you're guaranteed to get 1 damage through.
It's true. All 4 units are flying.
I think that's what you have to do.
Get 1 in, and then you can kill the site. Yeah, you lose. Well, you lose 1 of your Storm Dancers, and the other one shrinks. All right, Theo's gonna pass.
Nope,
no
not
attacks.
doing it. I guess the cold deck. I guess Theo's really hoping to get that second spell though.
Yeah,
it's a little risky, but I don't hate this because the difference is Colacoma gets 1 extra card, but if you can get the second spell, whatever it is, that'll be a big deal. Now, if only Colacoma had gotten Seer,
Colacoma Gardener there.
Okay,
favorite card
that's
of the
threatening,
night.
But
here's the Silex. Okay, Silex Treasure Trove. So that's gonna get you 2 more Storm Dancers.
Yep. Hopefully, it's Theo sees the ability to kill that site because. Oh. That's fine. If you'd drawn them in the other order, that would have been great. But you'd have loved to.
Unfortunately, you can't do that. So what happened there was that Vengeful Flight is to play a copy of one of your units without flying. So because all of these units currently on board are flying, didn't have any targets for that. So unfortunately missed on that. That would have been sweet, but that's okay. It does have this Wump and the Vicious Overgrowth now, though. So we're going to see 2 more Storm Dancers come out, presumably.
And hopefully, I'm still hoping Theo goes after that site because. Yes, your things do shrink. They can shrink the things down, but they're putting a card in the market, sure. I guess the last card isn't that relevant, but I'm still makes me nervous that you let the site live. A little bit nervous. So the good news, I guess Theo is thinking that he gets to kill it for free next turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You get to kill it with the Wump, or you might have enough flyers.
Ooh, Rezon? That was your random Valkyrie?
Okay, create and draw random Valkyrie. Rezon's something you could draw.
Oh, that's garbage.
Wow.
Poor Theo. I wish you had killed the site. I know what you were going for, Theo, but wow, that was some dookie. Huntress isn't bad. You can still kill the site because you can kill the Rezon. Speedstone just got so much value, right?
that was kind of incredible there for Colacoma. I mean, Theo still got the two engines on board, but now you got to draw some spells.
It's so hard though because Theo's engines, quote unquote engines, are you got to draw the two spells as you just said. Yeah, basically he has to draw Silex.
Yeah. Now, okay,
The
so
only
can
I
you
guess
kill the circle this turn? You can, right? You can kill the Rizon. That'll pop
so
open your
so he doesn't
Thornberry
he
again.
doesn't have to draw Silex. He could also draw um etchings to get Helio. Helio gets another spell would work potentially. You got to attack with everything, Theo. Well, I guess you attack with just four things, but you got to attack
You
with four
could, yeah,
things.
you can hold one back.
Yeah, and you got to go up to the site. I mean,
You have
wish
to.
that happened
There's just
last
no
turn, but
Theo can't beat Queen of Glass right when it gets out.
I
So
don't. I mean, that's just how that's how it works. You know, you took a little bit of risk, and then that random Valkyrie just happened to be the best Valkyrie I think that he could have gotten.
now, one positive thing I guess is the decay on the Conjurers doesn't really matter. They still
Well, the Conjurer's dying because
this one
Colacoma
does,
just
but if they had
took a block.
blocked, they can go to 0 power and it doesn't really matter. But yes, that killing one's gonna obviously hurt there. But live to fight another day. Queen of Glass is not gonna kill you this turn. So
The Molder Mucks are almost dead. They can't do too much more.
mm-hmm.
How close are these seeds to popping? Because it feels like they're like next turn.
They're
Ooh, and
two.
there's Suffocate.
Suffocate's gonna take care of the other Conjurer.
Theo's really needs to draw etchings off the top, or I guess no one to hold them for Krull and take
Yeah, they've got
7.
some
But
good
that
flyers,
sounds
but
awkward.
all right, well, there's no one to hold them there.
I don't know what's in the well. That's not exactly what you wanted at this stage. I was hoping for. Not hoping. I'm betraying that I'm favoring the Elysian deck just because I think it's cool. And we've seen Colacoma a bunch, but and Theo's on my team, so it's kind of like I will admit that I am biased in favor of Theo. I'm trying to be unbiased, but it's not working out as well as I hope. I do like all the Molder Mucks though. That part is sweet. It's that speaking circle just got just enough value at each interval,
mm-hmm.
right? You know, just enough value, just barely enough.
All right, Colacoma here. They've got Haunting Scream. They've got a Hermit Gardener in hand. They've got a Trailmaker. Can they get back this other Hermit Gardener? Yeah, I was going to say, can they get back Hermit Gardener here?
Oh, that puts them active?
Yep. That's what I was going to say. That puts those active. Yep. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well played. Colacoma's going to take, I believe that's just game 1. I know that was a long game, but I believe.
Yeah, it was just game 1, I believe.
Yep. Game 1 for
Theo was
Colacoma.
just, couldn't protect the site, and then the other site came into play, and then Speaking Circle did Speaking Circle things, and I mean, just barely enough, huh?
Just barely enough. So Colacoma's going to take that one.
Just the inches.
We've seen some really close ones tonight. And here we go. Ready for game 2.
Oh boy, strap yourselves in, folks, because this is gonna be.
Well, there's a Speaking Circle, so that's what they like
Drawn
to see.
the draw, though. Drawn the draw, though, is the concern. If you had to have a concern, it's that you're on the draw.
Mm-hmm.
Being on the draw means that you can't play circle before their circle if they have it in their hand. That being said, drawing Primal Etchings is a good draw here because you can at least get your Primal influence next turn. Then you play Sigil.
And you got a Wump next turn. You got a
not next turn.
Yep.
Merchant next turn.
Merchant next turn for sure.
And basically, if Colacoma doesn't have Speaking Circle in hand or by turn 6, I think Theo is in decent shape.
All right, Colacoma's got Curtain Call, Molder Muck, Haunting Scream, Desert Alchemist, and Reshape. So a decent interactive hand, but not Speaking Circle good. And this 2/3 Aegis is going to block pretty well to protect the Speaking Circle if it sticks around.
Downside, of course, is that you have to guess what your opponent has, right? So does Theo go for the Permafrost? Theo goes for Swift Refusal.
Swift refusal. Okay.
That's interesting.
Well,
Does
you can
I
take
guess
care
that
of that
gets
haunting
Haunting
scream.
Scream?
Yeah, it's haunting scream.
Yeah. So Colacoma's gonna play Molder Muck this turn, presumably.
Yep.
There's Moldy. So Theomaster drew a good card though. You might not think so, but drawing that is fairly decent. It gets you the extra just primal and the extra time for Silex,
Hmm.
and it's a power for Speaking Circle, and Wump's online now. So it does mean that your merchant gets its Aegis pop though, is
Hmm.
amusingly enough. But
It does. That's the one significant drawback is popping your own Aegis.
yeah, yeah.
All right, the attacks with this Moldermuck. Now it's a 3/3 here. And Suffocate can
You
take
can you
care of
can
that
stop
womp,
that.
but that's
No,
gonna
it
get
doesn't.
stopped. Yep. Theo growing that from the market. I'm not sure if that's what they had in mind, but that does good work here. All right,
Nope.
well, Reshape will take care of that. That'll put that into a 1/1
A
Gloaming
1/1
Wisp.
flyer.
Don't even get the Nightfall off of it.
Oh, and now a polymorph after the fact. So Theo's got a lot of options here. I mean, I think the likely scenario is polymorph a Molder Muck and Treasure Trove. So
Mhm.
probably start with the Trove.
Yep. Just a
One
sigil.
turn too late on the polymorph. Always one turn too late on everything, it seems, Theo.
All right, well, presumably we've got the Speaking Circle coming down next turn, so can Theo set up enough of a board here to
Do you
protect
block
that?
the
I think
Molder
so.
Muck? If Colacoma attacks Molder Muck,
Probably.
do you block it this turn?
Probably. I
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to.
mean, you have the power for Speaking Circle next turn.
Oh, Reshape came back? That's not
Okay.
what you wanted to see. Because remember, Theo actively doesn't want his stuff to be turned into other things because what just happened?
Interesting. So
Oh,
Colacoma,
he had the 6.
he
He
did
had the
have the
6.
six,
He
so
did
he
it. It was Reshape. It
reshaped
didn't
all
do
of his
anything,
own
but it was
units.
cool.
Okay, I'm not sure that
It
gave
did nothing.
too much of a bonus here, but okay.
I think that's
It's about a neutral. It's about
somewhat
a
odd
clean.
blocks. I think I would keep the merchant around double block. Actually, no, you want to get rid of the merchant. Never mind, because merchant means that you can play Krull and get back merchant, right? Because that's the power of no one to hold them.
All right, here comes Curtain Call for
Colacoma has the
Colacoma.
current calls though. That keeps things
That's
alive.
pretty good. I still
I
think we
think
see
you
the
just
Speaking Circle, but the backup one, we
yeah.
definitely see it. It's
Oh yeah,
always
now
the
you definitely
second.
play
It's
one.
always the second Speaking Circle, right? Theo's not even gonna think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. Just gonna fire the first one
I
off.
well, I hope so. After he learned that one time, well, not to learn, but that one time where he could have played and he played the Wump instead. And I still think that was kind of a minor thing. But yeah, here you get to kill something, and then if they play Haunted Stream on the 4/1, that at least gives you a thing. So as long as he gets there's Nectar, which
Nectar of
Nectar even
Unlife.
has Decay, which means that if he decays the 4/1, the opponent can't Haunted Stream it back, so that keeps
True.
Peak Circle alive forever. Okay, that's a good hit. That's a good hit.
Okay,
Removal,
Royal
Royal
Decree.
Decree,
Not a bad hit.
also fairly decent. Some hand interaction. Make sure the coast is clear. Like, Reshape did not really work out that well for Colacoma. I will say that.
No, it
It was
didn't.
cool to see. But he got two.
And of Vara's favor here.
Vara's favor.
Okay.
I guess you probably don't start with Vara's favor though.
Does start with Vara's favor.
Oh,
Knocks out
start.
the 4/1, but that means that Haunting Scream is now live.
Yeah, I mean Thomas not alive. I think I'd gone for the decay just because you know the deck and you don't have any of the
Now he's got the
whatever it's
backup
called.
Speaking Circle. Now there was
Yeah,
nothing
maybe
else
that's
for
what he's
Haunting
not worried
Scream.
about.
Got a new
Maybe that's what he's
shot
not
at
worried
it with
about.
Speaking Circle. I mean,
Well,
essentially
Xeno
just
also
discarded the
dies, which
Hunting
is
Scream
good.
there. Yeah,
And
got
Demit
rid of the
dies, which is
4/1.
good. So
Yeah, got rid of the 4/1, got rid of the Hunting Scream, and gives you a second shot at the Speaking Circle here.
Theo could play No One to Hold Him first to get the merchant back, and then play Speaking Circle
Mm-hmm.
and grab Helio out of the market. Right? Because you get Crawl. Crawl takes you 5. You grab Merchant. You put back, I don't know, Trove. Grab Helio. Play Primal Sigil. Play Speaking Circle.
We'll see. You gonna
And
fire
there
that
we
off
go.
first?
This deck has a lot of complicated plays.
Sure does. All right, there's Kroll there.
There's the awesomeness of Shadowless Krull.
Gonna
Imagine
deal
playing Shadow Card to the
5
Curl
to
deck.
yourself. Gonna get back the Merchant. As you said, get
Oh,
Helio.
yeah, of course. Oh, of course, you put Curl back. Duh, obviously you put Curl back because you don't need Curl anymore.
And here comes the
And hope
second
if
Speaking Circle.
so, this should keep Speed Circle alive though, because even if you can't kill the 2/3, you can block the 2/3 now.
Frost
So
Wave.
that helps keep it alive
Keeps it alive, yep.
potentially.
Bring down.
It also
Good one
bring down
too.
kills the thing. Sure. And the final card is
And a Caleb's Intervention. Okay.
1/1 Grenadin.
Grenadin, yeah. I don't think.
You know what? It's technically card advantage.
Now, colacoma does have Desert Alchemist here, but that's not. It can't kill the site. Yeah, it's not enough to kill the site. It's something, but it's not enough to kill the site here.
Well, it is if the top deck's Curtain Call off the top.
Does this have
Going
any...
for Frostwave. Going for Frostwave on that over Bring Down is interesting. I don't understand why you wouldn't just kill that.
Vine Grafter off the top.
So if you're...
Gotta...
Yeah, you just trade off.
Trade off here.
I like
that'll put the site down to 2. You've got Bring Down...
I guess you just make a 1/1 Grenadin for more chumps, but it's so odd that it didn't bring it down. Because Colacoma is not really playing any... I guess... Because Colacoma is not really playing any flyers, right?
Yeah,
so
not really. I guess the haunt... No, you can't... Haunting Scream doesn't work. That interaction doesn't work at all, so you're not saving it for Haunting Scream.
I mean, what works with the Poland and Nightmares, which Colacoma is probably setting up for, but then the circle's dead at that point, so... Right. I don't know.
Vine Grafter going to grab a Dishiro's Ruin, and then you've got Hermit Gardener.
Oh, Dishiro's Ruin. Oh, yeah. I think you just make a 1/1 here, play Symbol, and draw an extra card.
Yeah, some cards here.
You gotta draw 4 cards.
2/2 flyer, draw 4 cards. Not bad.
Not bad. Not at all.
Yeah, 3 power and a wisdom. Not exactly what you wanted to see, but I guess the wisdom's
You know what?
Right.
It's better than drawing them one at a time, right?
That's true. You got them off the top of the deck at least.
Every time this happens, I'm like, you know what? At least I didn't draw them one at a time. So does Theo let the Speaking Circle die?
Nope.
No.
Chump. Speaking Circle goes to 1.
Really wish he had brought down that so we could Frostwave this turn, but that's okay.
Ruin here. Too late to damage for that Helio, but that's okay.
I'm hoping that Theo can draw No One to Hold him at some point soon.
All right, gonna bring down the 1/1, but now he's got to stop 2 units with this Wisdom, where the Speaking Circle's done.
That does stop the unit, kind of, maybe.
Huntress and Etchings.
What? So there's Permafrost in the market. That still has regen, right? No, the regen was blocked. So you can Huntress that down.
Regen. You do have Permafrost in the market. You can
Huntress that down. So you can Huntress that down. I think you just have to go for Trove, though, to start with. And see what you draw off the Trove, but I could be mistaken. If Theo had brought down the unit and could have Frost Waved here or last turn to protect the circle, right? That would have been the Speaking Circle would have been alive then if Theo had done that slightly different play.
Okay, dumb question here.
Colacoma made a different play.
So dumb question, but you can't do both of those, right? Because if you Huntress, can you Huntress
and
go to the
Huntress
market?
And kill her.
You can't kill her and go to the market, right?
No, but you can kill her or go to the market. So that's what I'm saying. I think you just start with the Trove, potentially.
You're going to want to deal with both of these, so you're going to need to start with the Trove, but...
So... you can't Trove too much, though, because you're going to die at some point, which is the other
I was going to say, how much more can you do this? You gotta actually start... That was a good market grab there. Okay, Vicious Overgrowth.
Oh,
all
that
right.
Doesn't save things, sadly, though. 1 off.
Did Theo play a power this turn already?
He did. He played a Silex, I believe.
Brutal.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
So close. No, okay, there you go. No,
close.
It is a good.
No, never mind. No, he didn't. Oh, okay, never mind.
Never mind.
We're good.
Right.
We're good here.
There you go. He's got another power.
He got there.
He
got there.
He got one time.
Here we go. As long as he doesn't draw Crow, He's got one Krull in his deck, and it would kill him.
Also has to be careful drawing these cards because you got 2 treasure troves and an etchings, but all 3 of those are going to hit you.
Yeah.
All right, here comes Gardener.
Ooh.
And there's a wisdom. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta be careful.
Well, don't draw Krull. Don't draw too many cards.
Oh, man, this is actually awkward. You've got Queen of Glass, but Colacoma's at 39, and each of these cards are going to hit you. Oh, 2 Jarls
Jarl's
is good,
a good
though.
start, though. 2 Jarls.
That's
2
great.
Jarls. Yeah.
Okay.
If Theo's lucky, he has no Primal Sigils in his deck, but I don't think he's that lucky.
Now, how hard can he machine gun on these Jarls? Can he do 41 damage plus Queen of Glass here next turn?
Probably, because there's a card called Vengeful Flight. I think I would not have Trove there yet.
Or each of these is gonna. I mean, they do 2 damage, but
oh, they don't die though. Yashiro's Ruin normally would kill them, but units can't die with Queen of Glass in play.
Nice. That's pretty. Oh, that's a pretty sweet interaction.
Oh my goodness! And you're playing Silex? You're almost dead, Theo.
Okay. Theo can't draw too many more cards here.
Yeah, Theo wants to get that Vengeful Flight, but
the Etchings is also going to draw another card.
Unless Theo has all his primals. No, he doesn't have all the primals. I think playing that Trove there was a mistake just because you wanted to save it for after the Vengeful Flight, because
Vengeful Flight. Does Vengeful Flight win the game?
Things don't die again.
5, 10.
Colacoma have any? So Colacoma does have. So Colacoma could Haunting Stream right here. So there's.
The Lifesteal also gives on there.
Oh, see that's why I liked waiting on Etchings as well, because now you're priced into going to 2, which means that you can't draw more than 1 card. Yeah. But you do get. Oh, you can't even attack with the Jarls either at that point. Yeah, Theo hadn't played Etchings that turn, because Etchings that turn was unnecessary, right? Because you could just Etchings the turn after. This
is super close.
So you have to Vengeful Flight here.
No. Yeah, you can't. You die to the attacks on here.
You can't attack, but you can still Vengeful Flight it. Or you can Vengeful Flight Queen of Glass.
Yeah, but that only
and make it so your units are now.
Right?
Yeah, but you don't have to draw cards anymore. You Vengeful Flight Queen of Glass and you attack with just 1 Queen of Glass.
Mm-hmm.
Or you play 1 Trove, right? You can draw 1 card. The deck's not playing any Echo, I believe. I mean, obviously Krull kills you, but how many cards are in Theo's deck?
42.
So going for that, which I don't hate.
Alright, there's 10.
Then you can Trove and hope to hit Vengeful Flight again.
Speaking Circle, interesting.
Speaking Circle, that's not bad for next turn.
Maybe.
I think you just have to pass.
Well, you
just have to pass.
Yeah, you definitely can't Trove. Trove just kills you on the spot. Attacking with draws just kills you on the spot. You could attack with Queen of Glass, I guess.
But then you die to like Curtain Call plus Haunting Scream. It's so hard to say. I don't blame Theo at all.
I don't know how are you going to do 28 damage next turn though if you can't draw cards.
Speaking Circle, it does. Attacking with Jarl seems like a berserking Jarl. You die right here.
Yeah, that just kills on the draw. Yeah. Even if you don't keep it, it's still that interaction is that you still draw it, even if it's not a spell. You still draw and discard. So that was still a draw card. So that is Colacoma is going to take that one 2-0. So congratulations to Colacoma.